Hello, everyone, and welcome to another wonderful episode of Albert Speaks. And this week's topic is music and how it's impacted my life and, what it means to me and all this other stuff. So, let's get started with, how it's impacted my life. Well, currently, I just gone through a very tough time in my college education. I was going through a lot of stuff, I guess you could say college depression, but it goes further into it. And music has been only one of the things that has helped me get out of it. Besides my friends, because my friend, two of my friends actually, have been such a great support system for me, and they've helped me, overcome it. And I'm finally being, myself again, and I've gotten out of that, college depression and shit. And you know, music has also played a big role into it because, while listening through certain songs, it reminds me of certain memories and it reminds me of who I am as a person. And, my music that I listen to is always what makes me me sometimes. That's the only thing that could bring me back to being myself. So, for me, music has been a very big outlet at times. Like sometimes I don't want to talk to a friend. I just want to listen to my music and, you know, relate to that. Relate to whatever the artist is saying in the lyrics. Relate to, whatever the artist is portraying in a music video or whatever. And that's helped me, I went through so many stages being here in college, which was like a denial all the way to acceptance and just moving on phase, which is now. Like, back then, I couldn't listen to anything really. I would listen more to like depressing songs, Adele, Someone Like You. What else would I listen to? Speechless by Gaga. And now it's more like I'm over it, I'm through, which is more like I'm listening more to songs like Pink, Blow Me One Last Kiss, or Pink's song So What, or what's made me what's been most helpful for me right now, that's made me humble about the situation I've gone through within my college experience so far, has been the song I Don't Believe You by Pink. That song has helped me a lot, and like the way she explained that song in one of her interviews that I saw on YouTube, I could really relate to that. And it was my most humble moment, because here I was trying to overcome something that I was going through that was really, really intense and very, hard to deal with. But then, I had to take a step back and become humble about it and not throw it in the other person's face that, okay, I'm over this, I'm done with this. No, this song helped me, be humble and, yes, accept it, yes, forgive, not forget, but forgive. And, in a way say, I'm done with you, but I won't let go of the memories. The memories are, the most beautiful thing I had from you. And that's the one thing you cannot destroy. You can destroy every little future that we might have, but you don't break the memories. So that song has always, meant a great deal to me right now. It's made me very humble in my situation. People sometimes tell me, people don't deserve your forgiveness and stuff like that. And sometimes, I question myself whether someone deserves my forgiveness or not. But I've seen that people, have deserved my forgiveness, in my perspective anyways. And whether they forgave me or not, it doesn't matter to me, because I've become just a better person. And I've been humbled by their presence, by the memories, by, the experiences they left me with and making me a better person. And, sometimes you just have to move on from that. And that's what, music's helped me in. It means a lot for everyone. And I think music can touch upon anything, which is self-identity, if you're going through a hard time with family or friends, or, you just feel lonely and you need to listen to something that reminds you of home or a memory that you once had, like myself. Music is always there. Music for me has never gotten old. People always say, that song is so old. Last I checked, music doesn't have, an age. It doesn't need to have an age. I could listen to the Beatles and rock out to that, or I could listen to Lady Gaga and rock out to that. It music does not have an age. I think music is always eternal and non-stop, and it can continue and continue on throughout time, and people can enjoy it. So that's what music has meant to me so much, and I think that's what I'm going to say for this topic. I hope I get a whole bunch more views because I'm going to share this a little bit more. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys again next week. Bye.